the development in terms of the properties that we built, I've been into a number of those schemes. And I remember the first time I went into one, they called me out because they were like, are you trying to move in? Because the quality of the property was so great. And actually, you couldn't see the difference between the property that was going to be sold next door and the property that was going to be a council property. So I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of the fact that in Birmingham, when it comes to the design of our properties, there is no one particular style. And the reason why I say that is because with BMHT, we've been able to have a number of schemes that's looked at the actual local anaesthetic, so to speak. So you'll see in Erdington, we had a scheme that with the cosmetics of it all, the properties had a very Victorian feel to it, because there's a lot of Victorian houses around there. In another part of the city, they look very differently because it fitted in with the local area, if that makes sense. And I'm very proud that we put that level of attention to detail on it. I think one of the best properties was the actual modular, because they looked fantastic. I wasn't very impressed with the outside, if I'm honest, but when I got in there, I thought it looked great. Stepping aside from that, in terms of build, I think the thing that I'm most proud of is the fact that we've managed to drive down the numbers of people in bed and breakfast, that we've been quite ambitious when it comes to reducing the numbers of rough sleepers. And anybody knows me that I'm very passionate about the homelessness agenda, because I was a homeless teenager of this city. So I'm very proud of the fact also that in my portfolio, we have a concept around experts by experience, which are people with lived experience. So when it's come to looking at our housing option model, which we are about to relaunch, having redesigned it, we made sure that there was people that had lived through the homelessness pathway who challenged what we was trying to design, so they had a say in it. So I'm really proud that we've tried to utilize as many voices as possible. You can't do it all the time. You'll always get people that will still, they won't be happy with the service that we've done. We're not perfect by any chance, but I think the work that we've done on homelessness has been quite phenomenal.
You've talked a lot about engaging with local people over where to build, what to build, and the designs. How difficult how difficult is it to engage with local people? How difficult is it to take people with you when you're changing places to the extent that you're trying to change parts of Birmingham?
It's incredibly difficult. So I think, if we're all honest, that when it comes to local government, a lot of the times when people in local communities don't always trust the council, there's always a case of, people, don't like to feel like they're being done to. And also, everyone has their fixed views and, about change. So we've had a number of areas where we've gone in with the right intentions and said, we can invest this into your local area. And then people have not been happy maybe with the number of older people schemes, or we're looking at taking down tower blocks and actually building low rise, but actually that doesn't mean you're going to bring back exactly the same number of properties. People always want to come back to the area, which means it's not always possible. So that's been very difficult, and we have had challenges recently, but because I have localism also in my portfolio, it's meant that we've been able to challenge and look differently the way that we've done things. So in one particular area, we had huge challenges. We had petitions, we were called to meetings, people weren't happy, about some of the changes that were being proposed. But what we did was we set up a almost board that included housing professions, the council, people that were specialists in community engagement, and local representatives in residents group, so that we could start to look at some of these things, and then quickly realise that actually in Birmingham, we didn't have a local lettings plan that kind of allowed locals to have some level of say. So we actually created one and built that into policy. So what we're trying to do is learn as we go along. We never get it right all the time. You're never going to make everybody happy, but we try to do the best with the best intentions of the city.